Hello friends, I'm about to make a kohlrabi hash. Here are my ingredients. I have one large, as you can see, fresh picked today, kohlrabi, straight out the dirt from my garden mentor's house. I have turkey sausage, one roll of turkey sausage. Yes, I buy my meat on clearance at Target. I have tricolor peppers, so the orange, the red, and the yellow bell pepper. I have onion, a whole onion, minced garlic, butter, olive oil, parsley flakes, ground cumin. I have this Kinder from Costco, the blend, salt, pepper, and garlic, sea salt, a little veggie broth for steaming purposes, and paprika for color. Let me get all of this cut up for you, and I'll be right back. Okay, friends, I'm back again. I figured some people may not know how to cut a kohlrabi. Hopefully you won't be witnessing me cutting my finger because this one is a little harder than I'm used to. So what I did, I took off all the leaves. I have them over there soaking in some water to clean them because they're going in the hash too. I did de-stem them and cut them like I would normally cut collard greens. I took the top off, the top part, just sliced it off, and then I did the same with the bottom so it'll sit flat. On the flat, while it's flat, I'm working my way around the sides and just peeling it. Pass all those stems. Just peeling the sides down. Something like you would do a pineapple or whatever. And then once you get it cleared off, you go ahead and dice it into small cubes. This is like the biggest one I've ever had because they're normally a little smaller than this. So she may have, like she said, come get it because I can't get to it, and it may sit too long. So, but just make sure, flip it on over. Make sure I got all, see I left some on the top, so I got to work my way around there. And just kind of get all of the skin off. Sorry for the loud clacking. Okay, so we got all of that cleared off. I'm just saving the scraps to go in compost or whatever. Okay, so then I'm just gonna try to chop it down the middle. Yes, this is a hard one. Knocking the pots down underneath the gas. Okay, so now we're down the middle. Then I'll just kind of do a little. So I'm going to do them in small cubes, kind of like potato salad or, you know, that kind of that size. So I'm going to get these little wedges done and cut them up. Into little cubes. And no, I'm not a chef. So my knife skills, I'm just trying not to cut myself while recording. So, okay, those cubes are done. So yeah, let me give my update on Freddie the Frog. People have been asking. So on Sunday, my son and I went outside, and Freddie was still in the little thing of water, chilling, not moving. So my son went over there and said, "Let me check on Freddie. Let me look at the frog, Ma." I said, "Okay." So he went over there and shook the container, and Freddie started moving. He said, "Ma, Freddie's alive." I wish I would have got it on camera, because I was shocked. He had been in there for like 3 or 4 days. And normally a frog would get out of that kind of situation, but not Freddie. So I say, "Well, I don't know what you're going to do." And he said, "Mom, I want to put him in the lake. I want to get him out." So he ran and got gloves and picked Freddie up and took him to the lake. So that's where Freddie's supposed to be. And I was kind of concerned, because I'm like, if he couldn't get out of that for 3 or 4 days, something must be wrong with him still, even though he's moving and kicking. But my son put him in the lake and said that he was moving at that point in time. So maybe Freddie and I and my son will meet again. We'll be on the lookout for him and see if we see him again. But yep, Freddie was alive. No, he's not under one of my fruit trees or being used as fertilizer. He is alive and kicking somewhere, hopefully, still. And maybe we'll see him again. So this kohlrabi, I have never grown one yet. I have some out there trying to grow some. Hopefully I am successful, because it's really a tasty vegetable. You can use the leaves and the root, which I am doing today. And the first couple of times I cooked it, I roasted it. But I'll put the inspiration recipe down below. I saw a kohlrabi hash, and I said, "Oh, okay, so they cook on the stove, okay, so I'll try that." But I'm putting my own spin. I'm just putting the inspiration recipe down at the bottom below. So you would have to watch the whole video to see what I'm doing. Let's see how I want to do this. Same way. But yeah, this is a pretty big one. This is the biggest one I have gotten from her yet. And the smaller ones are a lot more tender. I mean, like, I'm not struggling at all with those. This is more on the lines of the full-size turnips. Not quite as stiff and difficult, but it's close. But just getting those cubes out. Hope you can see well. The cameraman's in school today, and I'm on my own with this today. And we're in for a pretty big thunderstorm that ran through Mississippi, and it's on its way here, and it really caused some damage in Mississippi. But hopefully we'll be okay. But they're already starting to cancel stuff because of it. So not sure what's going on. We may get some tornadoes or something. Not sure. I went on in preparation for the free rain. This is a good time when you know it's gonna rain real heavy. Get out and get your fertilizers out, especially if you're in an HOA and have to keep your grass up. Definitely good time to get out and fertilize. Costco had the Bonus S on sale, the big bag, for $38.99. And Home Depot is running $58, maybe even $60 at this point, not sure. But I know it was way more than $38.99. So I grabbed a bag of that yesterday. I also grabbed some milagranite, which I'm hearing is hard to find in some places. But some milagranite. That stuff is very good on your flowers and grass and everything. So that's like an all-around iron fertilizer. It's very good. So I grabbed some of that and I put that around the house. And I put the bonus S of weed and feed around the house. And I'm taking advantage of the free rain. Another thing is in the that I'm exploring, and I'll share as I do it or if I ever get around to doing it. I noticed that our city water, the rain versus the city water, the rain does wonders on the garden. I believe the city water and the chlorine is stunting my garden. So something I am looking into. Plus it costs. It costs money for me to water my grass and turn on my sprinklers and all of that kind of stuff. That can get real expensive in the summertime. So a lot back in the day when some people had their homes built, they would do well irrigation systems and just have a shallow well dug. At that time in the beginning, it used to be about, you could get it done for $1,000, $1,500. But I got a price quote of almost $3,000. So I was not pleased with that price quote. So I'm going to shop around and see, because I would prefer the shallow well water for watering my food, because it will contain extra iron and, minerals from being in the ground. It's fresh water. So I'm looking into that as a solution for watering not only the grass, but watering my fruits and vegetables, because it will come with a spigot, and most of my stuff is out back anyway, so I could just put the hose on the spigot and I can just water everything. So that's one of my little projects I'm working on. And anybody out here uses well water to, place it down in the comments below and let me know how it affects your fruits and vegetables and your garden growth. So just going to finish cutting these up, and I'll be right back and to put the stuff in the pan and show you that, because I'm like one-handed and I want to kind of get it done because I am hungry. This is my first meal of the day and I'm ready to eat. Be right back. Okay, so here we're back again. I've cut up all the vegetables. I have the onions and the bell peppers and the turkey sausage in the pan, breaking it up in my trusty large, back in the day, Rachel Ray oval deep frying pan, because I figured it would take a lot of space for all of this ingredients. And I'm adding the greens too, so the stuff is flying away. So just one or two pieces fell out. So I'm trying to break down this meat. I'm going to add my garlic. I added a little oil. Then I'm going to add all my seasonings and spices and the kohlrabi. And then I'll add the kohlrabi and the greens last. I'll bring you back to see that as it unfolds. Okay, so now my turkey sausage brown, a little olive oil, added the onions, added the peppers, added the 2 tablespoons of the chopped minced garlic. Now I'm going to add my seasoning. Now again, I'm posting an inspiration recipe. I'm doing this a little different. So I got my Kinder Steakhouse seasoning, the blend, salt, pepper, garlic. And I am very liberal with this. It's only 180 milligrams of sodium. So it's not too salty, to the point I even just add more salt. I'm going to add a little cumin. Just little dashes. I'm going to add some paprika. Wish it was smoked, but I got what I got. That's why I'm using the cumin in addition to it. I have my parsley. And I'm smelling at the same time just to see. A little more cumin because I don't smell it yet. Okay. Now remember, I'm doing this one-handed. The cameraman's in school right now. I'm going to add a little salt too, because like I said, that other stuff Does not have a lot of sodium. So I'm adding salt to taste. But you can omit that if you wish. So now I see it's kind of steaming up. But I'm going to also add about half a cup of vegetable broth. This is low sodium vegetable broth from Costco. I'm going to add that. I'm going to give it a good tossing and a stir. And work the ingredients together. And the seasoning in. And I'm hoping these chunks of meat will break down, because I realized I had my stove too high trying to record one-handed and everything. It went a little bizarre here, but I got it back in line. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to try to get all of this kohlrabi to the bottom in the juice. And we're going to let this simmer down for like 30 minutes. Looking good though. Smelling delicious. And I think I'm going to also add a little bit of complete. Something is missing. So I'm going to add a little bit of complete seasoning. To that too. So it's going to be highly seasoned. But I like my food seasoned. So I'm going to let this kind of simmer down, let it evaporate. So I'm not even going to cover it. I just want the kohlrabi to get soft and, with a little bite to it. So, and, soak up the seasoning blend. So I'm going to let this go about 20 to 30 minutes and keep checking on it to see when it becomes soft. And then at the end, hopefully all the juice will be evaporated or soaked in. And I can then add some butter to give it a little more browning on the kohlrabi. Stay tuned. Hey folks, so here we go. I have the kohlrabi at the bottom. It's softening, so as it's soft. Okay, it's ready. For the most part, most of the pieces are getting soft. And I went on and I washed, cut up the leaves, and I have added them to the hash. Stirring, checking it out now, and see the bottom. I don't have any more juice. Okay, so I'm having technical difficulties. In certain clips they may not make sense, but hopefully you'll get the gist of it. So I added the greens. They're soft. I probably used all in all a cup. 2 cups of the veggie broth. As this evaporates, you can see the juice. As it goes away, I add more, because I don't want it to be a soup or a stew, but I do want every piece of this kohlrabi cooked. Not soft, mushy soft, but, soft to the bite. Give a little bite to it, but not, I'm crunching on it. So once this last bit of juice goes away, I'll probably let it kind of get a little char on it, just a little bit. See if some of the pieces turn. Well, actually, they've been turning, because they've already been doing that. As the juice evaporates, they've been turning. Let me get you to that piece. Like, this is a piece that has some brown on it. So, looking for that kind of action. Still breaking up this sausage, because as I said, my pan was on high, so a lot of it cooked in chunks, bigger than I want them to be. So I'll break those down the best I can, and I'll taste it for flavor and see if I need to add anything, but I don't think I will, because the sausage already had seasoning, and as you saw, I added a lot of seasoning, so it should be pretty decent, nice and flavorful. And this is dinner tonight. I don't know if my son's going to like it, because he hates bell peppers, but he's going to try it. And maybe he will, maybe he won't, but it's dinner, so then he need to eat what's on the table. So I'm going to plate it up and insert that last shot in here. I hope you do like my cooking segments. And I'm cooking stuff from the garden today. Yay! Beautiful big kohlrabi from the garden. And I don't know about you, but I never see a kohlrabi in the store. So get your seed and start planting you one if you like the way this looks. start planning. Again, like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and let me know what you think below. I'm glad you watched. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting my channel. And see you on the next video. Here's the finished product, friends. Give it a try. Hope you enjoy. Hope you love it.